Hi, I'm Ian Gordon, along with Dennis Pitzenbarger and Nick Miles. Thanks for joining us this week for Fuel.
On this week's show, Two Behind the Wheels, we'll take a look at the Volvo C70 and the all-new Chevrolet Suburban LTZ. And then we're going to join our friends at IPD on our In the Pit segment.
And it all starts right now.
Fuel is brought to you by the Russ Auto Group.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Nick, what's up on this week's show?
On this week's show, we're going to have Two Behind the Wheels. We're going to take a look at Volvo's C70 and then the all-new Chevy Suburban LTZ. Then we'll be visiting IPD for our In the Pit segment.
Right now, we'd like to take a second to thank the Russ Auto Group. They help bring fuel to you each week.
Now, let's take a look at some fuel news.
Passion. That's the key word surrounding Volvo's new concept car, designed for the next decade. The car is the product of a completely new way of thinking. Small, sleek, sporty, fulfilling all current environmental and safety demands, as well as those of the foreseeable future. What's more, it's a car that stirs the emotions.
We hope this is going to be a love at first sight impression. They see it, they want to have it, they want to drive it, they want to experience it, and when they do, they know, okay, this is right for them.
The 3cc, as this concept car is known, has space for 2 adults in the front and 1 adult or 2 children in the rear. Getting in and out of the car through the large side doors is easy, thanks to a seat package that can be easily moved backwards and forwards. The 2+1 concept provides substantial aerodynamic advantages, and the car has a given place in the family car sector of the future.
Pretty much in the future we see a trend of not only in the USA but also in Europe that people will have more than one car for a family. So the second car would then be like for instance, traveling to work. But you will also then, when you are a family or a small family, have the need for occasionally traveling with your kids.
Environmental aspects have been given an extremely high priority, and the 3cc will satisfy all environmental demands for the foreseeable future.
It is a very environmentally friendly car due to 2 main factors: low weight and very aerodynamically executed shapes. So we'll have small emissions if we have a traditional drivetrain. In the demonstrator we choose to have an electric drivetrain, and then we have 0 emissions.
I see the black line there?
Yes.
Head this side.
Okay.
And we just shake it down and then,
However, in line with Volvo's philosophy, top quality, 0 emissions and high safety levels will be worth little if the car doesn't create good vibrations.
You could make the greatest environmentally beneficial vehicle, but if nobody buys it, what good is it? What we want to do is we want to create environmentally beneficial vehicles that people will buy in many numbers, because that's the only way that we could help the environment. Sustainable mobility is something that will benefit the world.
Solar energy, abundant, infinitely renewable, and best of all, free. Well, not quite. Though harnessing power from the sun to offset eco-unfriendly energy sources has been an environmentalist dream since the 1970s, the technology has never quite been feasible, but that may be about to change.
The installation we have right now of 1 megawatt at our Rancho Cucamonga facility in California is the largest corporate design system in operation at present. And how this basically works is takes the sunlight and the wavelengths off the sunlight, excites the media that's inside the thin film technology, and generates electricity that goes through a series of processes and to the overall building electricity and uses.
Major corporations like Google, Staples, and General Motors are working with cutting-edge energy companies like Unisolar and Deers to roll out the latest solar technology on their considerable rooftops and putting formerly vacant space to good use.
And it's important to General Motors because it helps us do our part to reduce energy use and to make sure we're doing our part for the environment. And it's also important that the economics work out right. So it has to be good for the bottom line.
That's right. Today, being environmentally sensitive is good, but being eco-friendly and balancing the bottom line is even better.
If you have the biggest companies in the world putting solar panels on their rooftops, That's going to drive up demand, which is going to increase the supply of the systems and thereby drive down the cost. And before you know it, the price of solar will be somewhere where you and I can afford it and seriously consider putting it onto our rooftops.
Hansen says while solar energy costs have dropped over 50% in the last 30 years, governments still need to offer some incentives to users to keep demand high until enough supply is available to make power from the sun feasible for all of us. I'm Kate Brooks.